I remember on a regular Tuesday, Michael Bay telling me to hop out of the ambulance and park under the bridge in the LA River, and that he was going to fly 2 helicopters underneath it, and that I just had to shoot at him. And I was like, wait, Michael, that's not in the script. He was like, it is now.
I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry that I brought you into this. I just wanted things to be the way they used to be.
Congratulations on the film, and thank you so much for having me, for your time.
Same. Thank you.
Robbie, how are you?
Hello, Mr. Bay. I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Your studio? What is that? I'm
It's
looking.
my studio, yeah.
That's good.
There's a character that says, are people still robbing banks these days? And I think that not only they still do, but as an audience, we still love to watch these kind of stories. And since we have seen several cops versus thieves films, how did you work to make Ambulance different, like to give it your personal imprint?
The way this one to me is different is it's something, once it starts, it doesn't stop. And it's like that tension. First of all, there are 50 real LAPD in that movie. So all real SWAT, all real, there's a couple actors sprinkled in. In chases, you think they just chase and put a spike strip and then blow the tires out and whatever, it's over. But they don't do that because psychologically they've got to play with a dangerous hostage situation and whatnot. So that cop stuff you see in the movie is very, very real, very authentic.
Okay.
So for one, I wanted it to be authentic. I wanted it to feel real. And the thing is, I wanted to feel a crime that is so effed up. One decision turns into another decision that's bad. It's bad, and it just keeps escalating. And I want to experience it from these 3 different characters' points of view, and to put the audience, what would it be like if you were on a screwed up crime? And it is always, you're right, it is always fun to have a kick-ass bank robbery movie.
There's a moment when Asa's character says to his paramedic partner, the worst day of their lives, it's our regular Tuesday. And I feel that as actors, you have these really crazy, surreal days on set, but they actually kind of become your regular Tuesdays for a while. So can you share with me a little bit of those days of shooting this movie, how intense they actually were?
I mean, some days they are as intense as it looks, right? Now I say intense, it's an enjoyable, intense. We're very, very fortunate to be in a position to make believe those circumstances, right? I would much rather be make believe in that circumstance than actually living in it. But it's exhilarating, it's exciting, and to be working with Jake and Asa and Mike, and working in the city of Los Angeles, on a project of that scale is very, 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 very exciting. But it is easy to get seduced by the circumstances and to lean into that stressful situation. I think that's what the acting is all about too. So there's something about us actors and crazy, who are, we lean toward the chaos. And in our everyday life in a way that people don't really do, but it's exciting.
I remember on a regular Tuesday, Michael Bay telling me to hop out of the ambulance and park under the bridge in the LA River, and that he was going to fly 2 helicopters underneath it, and that I just had to shoot at him. And I was like, wait, Michael, that's not in the script. He was like, it is now. And sure enough, 10 minutes later, 2 helicopters flew under a bridge. I've never had that experience ever. Some of the most incredible pilots I've ever seen. And I was shooting a fake gun at them, and then the take was over, and I thought the rush of that was just crazy. It was just unexpected and incredible. And that was sort of like our normal day on a Michael Bay set.
Helicopters, casual.
Casual.
Yeah, you have mastered the action films over the years, and in this one we have like crazy ambulance chases, explosions, fights, and more. Can you share with me something that as an audience we can say like, oh right, another cool scene from Michael Bay filmography, but that even with technology for you, it is still really hard to accomplish, like in set?
98% of this movie is all real. I don't use a lot of effects. We were riding, it's hard when you get 8 people in that thing and it's tossing you around. We also shot this on a buck, which is like an ambulance you can take apart on a stage, and then we had one that was real that we could bounce around on a stage. Yeah, I agree. But remember, like I said, they're real. But I also did some new kind of state-of-the-art drone work, with these very fast drones and flying under cars. And so I always try to make it a little different. But I didn't want to make it so outlandish. I just wanted to make it like more of an authentic movie, and just to feel the emotion and tension. And we did it in a very fast schedule.
And speaking of this craziness, there's a moment in the film when Danny and Will play the song Sailing by Christopher Cross, which is amazing, trying to relax a little bit in the middle of chaos. So I wanted to ask you, what do you do when you are under a lot of stress, like to relax a little bit in the middle of this chaos?
Meditate, try to go for a run, exercise, cry. I call Jake and say help. I don't know. You do what you can, man. Stress can get you in some situations, man. But music helps. For me, actually, music always gets me in the direction that I'm.
I also think, family, the people you love, connecting with them always brings you back. I definitely agree with Yahya about meditation, but I definitely think, even just a phone call to someone you love doesn't have to be family. Always for me. Sometimes family can stress you out. Don't get me wrong, but I think when you have a loving conversation, particularly given that everything the world's gone through over the past few years, I think we've all realized how important family and the people we love are, and so yeah, to me, that's a real stress reliever.
You know what you do? You breathe. As a director, I am so used to pressure, and it's weird when things are tense. I either calm down more and I take more of a general role, because when you're dealing with all that testosterone on a set and dangerous stunts, you have to be authoritative and calm. I don't know. I just go into a zone on those kind of things when it's pressure. I've done this so much. It's weird. You just take on it's like a zone. It's like, because your eyes are looking for safety. You're looking for safety issues. I'm a very aware director, and I know how to do all this stuff. And I know I work with the best crews in the world. But it needs to be totally safe. And I've done these very dangerous things. So you do go into that zone where you are very aware of everything going down. And as a general, I push because I'm shooting very fast, but my movie's in my head, and like we're placing cameras all around, and I'm operating a camera. I'm right in there with everybody. I don't even have a director's chair.
Okay, that's nice. In the middle of the action.
I'm right there.
Do you remember the first robbery movie or cartoon that you saw as kids and that really blew your mind, that these people can rob banks actually? That was crazy for you?
I don't know if it was a bank one, but maybe it was. But the Apple Dumpling Game, that was one. That's a big favorite of mine as a young person.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've ever seen that.
I was just thinking of the game, just cops and robbers.
Very different movie than the one I.
Guys, thank you so much for your time, and I'm a fan of both of you, so thank you for having me.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
I'm gonna get you back home, little brother. I'm gonna get everybody home.
Yeah.